A year since Decky passed away today. Just what was today like for you guys as a team, and then how significant is it for the organization to name an award after him in his honor?
Yeah, it's a tough day. It's obviously toughest on Decky's family, and we're thinking about them today, especially. And of course, thinking about Decky and how much he meant to us and our organization, and it felt fitting to announce the Decky Award today on the anniversary of his death, and I think it's a great honor, for us to be able to name an award after Decky and to award it to a person in our front office and in basketball operations who best exemplifies his joy and passion and love for the game and love for each other.
And then just beyond that, how was it? How was practice today? How was it? A relatively long stretch here in Northern California. How significant is these next couple weeks here as you guys?
Yeah, we've got a good stretch here at home, and today was a good practice. We need to pick up where we left off, carry forward the momentum that comes from beating Minnesota on the road, and go get another win tomorrow, and just keep stacking good days together.
Steve, do you have any update on Brandon?
Brandon will not play tomorrow. He scrimmaged today for the first time, and we didn't go for long, but it was important for him to get that first run in, but he needs more time before he's ready to play in a game.
Obviously, getting Gary back was big for you guys. He's had some injury history here. I mean, he's such a weapon for you, especially defensively. How do you maybe pick and choose when to use him to both keep him healthy and just utilize him the best ways?
Well, he's we call him the Ferrari. I mean, he's an incredible engine, but he's in the shop quite a bit. I hope Ferrari's not one of our sponsors.
Good thing you didn't
Okay. Yeah, I didn't say that. You did. Yeah. But he told me this year that he wanted to be a Lamborghini, not a Ferrari, because I guess they're not in the shop as often.
Maybe like a Honda Civic like I drive.
I was a Honda Civic. Gary is a Lambo or a Ferrari. But the point being, this guy is an elite defensive player. I always think back to the Boston series in 22. He misses the first game, we lose. He comes back, we win 4 out of the next 5. His defense was a huge part of it. Gary was an integral part of guarding, the best players in the world, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, those guys. So we know he's a crucial part of our success as a team. And so the ability to put him on Anthony Edwards the other night, Wiggs started on Edwards. You asked how do we decide, how to play Gary. We try to match him up. We don't want to waste his minutes on, guarding somebody who's not the star player. So we generally match him up with the best players, try to play him in short bursts because of how fast he is at both ends of the floor, and we want him going full bore, for all 4 or 5 minute stretches, and then maybe four stretches, 5 stretches, and he's, that puts him around 20 minutes. That's kind of the formula.
How much do the way the Western Conference standings are bunched up, how much does that give you guys hope that you can stay the course and keep fighting?
It's a big part of the messaging to the group these days, other than Oklahoma City. Memphis and Houston have made good pushes too, so maybe they're a little bit ahead of the pack, but we're right there with everybody else, and we have to keep reminding ourselves that it is a marathon and not a sprint, and so we got to stay with it, and there's no reason why we can't get on another hot streak like we started the season with and make some hay on the playoff race.
And with Guy Santos, he obviously wasn't part of the immediate plans going into the season, but has the way he played on the road trip changed what's possible for him in terms of being involved?
For sure. And we've always loved his energy and the ball movement and his feel for the game. The tricky part basically is that we're loaded with players at his position who we feel strongly about, who we want to play. But Guy is doing what any bench player should aspire to do in the NBA, which is just make it impossible for the coach not to play you. And I have felt so good putting him in the game the last few nights. It feels like he deserves minutes. So we're gonna keep putting him out there, but that very well could be at somebody else's expense, and there are repercussions to everything. So we have to sort through all of that.
Gary, Steve was saying that this year you want to be a Lamborghini instead of a Ferrari. Just seeing if you could kind of further explain that.
The Lamborghini got to maintenance too much, so Ferrari got to maintenance too much, so I switched to a Lambo.
What would your Lambo look like, color-wise? What does it have interior? What do we got there?
It's a good question. When I get one, I'll let you know.
How was practice?
Great. Good energy, high energy. Starting to get our guys back, so I think we're just waiting on JK MVP.
Steve mentioned Brandon scrimmage today for the first time. How'd he look?
Like Brandon. Excited to get back out there, being himself. So now I got to work on JK.
It's the 1 year anniversary of Decky's passing, and the team just named an award after him. What does that mean for him to have that kind of honor?
Rest in peace at Decky. But I already know something was coming for what he brought, and just the joy every day and the energy that he brought early in the morning. And most of us guys aren't early morning guys, so he changed the energy in the arena in practice. Every morning, just getting us guys going early in the morning, and I'm glad that we did something for Decky today in 1 year. So love that, and miss Decky so much.
On the Lamborghini thing, before the season you were talking about how you were trying to bulletproof yourself in the off season. What have been some steps you've taken towards like injury prevention and staying on the court?
Oh no, it's just sometimes I get caught in vulnerable positions, in the game. And sometimes you get hit, sometimes you don't. So I was just in a vulnerable position, and unfortunately, Mike Conley hit me in the air. But me and Mike talked about it, so we're cool. But he hit me again last game too. So it's kind of a thing with Mike, trying to play big. So, but I was just in a vulnerable position. I'm not changing nothing or nothing because nothing really happened. I was just in the air. Can't really do anything about that.
It did look like you were limping a little bit last game.
Oh yeah, I just told you. Mike hit me again when I dunked it, so it took 3 minutes for everything to calm down.
It wasn't the calf again.
No, it wasn't. Third leg. Got hit in my third leg.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Groin.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
And we talked a little bit to Buddy about the interaction you guys had, normal teammate stuff. But could you take us through what happened on that play and what you guys were talking about?
Oh, we just got miscommunication on rotation, but we figured it out. We're good.
What's the battle like with Anthony Edwards, and how does it maybe compare to the battle you're probably going to have tomorrow with Jordan?
Two totally different players, different styles. Ant's hunting them. Jordan's hunting them too. They just hunt in a different way, but they're still both killers. And Ant knows, he'd be running around half of the year, freely, however he wants, but he knows he's gonna get touched when he sees me. Like, he knows it. So I like that. Jordan knows it too. But Ant's mindset is he's just always in attack mode, always wants to get it done, always wants to be aggressive. Jordan is too. But like I said, they're two different beasts. And I try to not let them get as many touches as they usually do on other nights, but they both know we're going to have a good conversation most of the game. So he knows, and that brings the best out of me for both of them because they're great at what they do, putting the ball in the basket. So just try to limit it and make it as hard as possible for them to, get what they want to get.
I mean, I know you and Jordan were close when he was here. You guys had a really good relationship. Does it add a little extra spice though? I mean, having kind of that friendliness with him, being able to be like, my best versus your best kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, me and Ann are cool too, so it's kind of the same. We know it's all love at the end of the day, but you know, during it, we're probably gonna talk shit for sure. And Jordan knows what I like to do, and I was with Jordan all summer, so I know what he likes to do and what he's been working on. So it was time to see what's good. So he already knows. So tomorrow's gonna be fun again, once again.
Does Ant talk the most trash of guys you match up with?
Right now in the league, probably. Yeah, absolutely. And I love it. You know, we go back and forth. It's just not a lot of people can talk and play. And Ant's one of those guys who can do both, which is a skill. And, you know, it's fun for me because I know he's going to bring his best, and it makes me, you know, dig deep and, you know, bring my best.
How much are you guys looking forward to trying to take advantage of this homestand? I mean, I know you guys have had kind of ups and downs, but you guys, when you guys are kind of clicking on all cylinders, this can be a pretty good home court advantage for you guys.
Absolutely. Like you said, I think Dray said it best. If we don't win games, it's about to be a fire sale. So we should better start winning some games.
Some of the things you guys can carry on from the win in Minnesota with this long homestand and the one game in Sacramento.
No, we just gotta come in and just get back to the way we're playing. You know, like carry over that same physicality. You know, moving with being assertive on offense and defense. You know, being more physical, scrappy. Team getting out in transition, making plays, making the right plays. You know, being free to letting it rip and just trust your work. You know, and I think Steve has done a good job all year giving us confidence and just us being ourselves. You know, and you know we were down bodies, but like you know, the next man mentality up, and as we just stay true to ourselves and being scrappy, and letting it start from the defense in, and then after that, the offense will come through.
You've been such a offensive weapon throughout your career. What's it like playing with someone who's such a defensive weapon with Gary being back for you guys?
He's good at what he does, you know. And I don't know, y'all see the clip of me and Gary's arguing. I saw like the Twitter reaction. Me and Gary's just so competitive. He, you know, we just he wanted to stay on Ant, and you know, it was just miscommunication by us. But it shows how competitive he is. He wants that matchup with Ant so bad, you know, and we love that from him, you know. And he covered up so much for us on defensive end, and allows us to be free on offensive end too.
Buddy, you had your struggles making some shots, but I think that game in Minnesota, you did really well off the bench. Why do you think you were having some shooting struggles for a while?
Don't worry about that. That's for the past. We're moving forward.
On that play you were talking about with Gary,
Mm-hmm.
What happened there? Did you switch on to Ant?
No, he wanted to stay on Ant, and his reaction was he wanted to go on a stunt and go back to Ant, but like his rotation was to get to DiVincenzo, and I go to Ant, and he wanted to keep the matchup because we as a team want Gary on Ant because he's that good, slowing Ant down, and but it was just a miscommunication, and it was his rotation, and after that we talked about it in the free throw, and he said we scrapped it. You know, we're brothers. You know, Gary's one of the guys you can talk to, and I tell you, he's one of the best teammates ever been around too.
How much do you pay attention to the standings and just the logjam in the Western Conference?
I know as you're going to 4 or 5 win streak, you're gonna be fourth or fifth place. You know, so but you can be in 10th place. You know, and if you stay win one, lose one, win one, lose one. You know, just this Western Conference is tough. It's fun, but you know you just gotta figure ways how to stack up some games and stack up some wins. About 4 or 5 in a row, and to see where we at as a team. And this team is in a good spot. You know, and you know, we had some ups and downs, but I think that we're going to be able to turn the corner. I know we all preach that, but because we all believe that we're going to turn the corner and take one game at a time and keep moving forward.
Hello, buddy. So this is your first year at Warriors, and how you describe the Stephen or Draymond, their leadership, especially in this tough time?
Oh, you know, they've been even keel. You know, they've seen it all. You know, I tell you that for the past 16 years, him and Steph has been in the majority of the finals. You know, So they've seen what it takes to win, and they know how it feels to lose, and especially at a high level. And you gotta understand too. I know being in the Warriors is my first time being here, but like everybody's is gunning for the Warriors, because of what they have done in the past, and you have to put I told Steph and Draymond when I came here, when I was in Indiana or Sacramento, I always wear my best fit because, I'm playing against the Warriors, I got to come correct. If I feel like I'm dressed well, I feel like I can play well, because they have set the mark so high for guys around the league, and they have taken what everybody wanted, was the championship rings, and that shows respect level around the league, So every time anybody plays the Warriors, they can get the best shot. So you can take initiative to that too, but we still got to be ready and be locked in and dial in, and don't live off what they have done and think they're going to save us. We got to come ready and play every night.